right, folks, we have Nancy Cass, I'm the Member of Parliament for Davenport here in Toronto. Stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop, say what you want.
There are nationwide protests going on today across Canada, people gathering, standing in opposition to the Conservative government's anti-terrorism legislation, Bill C-51. I'm standing here in the heart of Toronto at Nathan Phillips Square, where, as you can see behind me, there are hundreds of people that have gathered to declare their opposition to this bill. I've seen various members of Parliament, I've seen the leader of the Green Party, Elizabeth May, but I'm not here to talk to the elites of this country. I'm here to talk to the regular folk to see why they don't support this bill. So let's go see. What specifically is it about Bill C-51 that you do not like?
Everything.
So what this is actually doing is stopping any kind of citizen journalism.
Can I see your sign? I see you're affiliated with the Communist Party of Canada.
Just seems to take away a lot of our privacy. I mean, I'm not comfortable with that. I mean, I feel like government's probably already doing that.
Things like unlawful peaceful protests will become illegal.
Cops are drinking. Why do they get to drive? They carry a gun. Why do they get to drive? They can do drugs and drive.
Well, I don't know of any cops, but let me ask, what does this have to do with Bill C-51?
Oh, just making more statements.
If he can have permission to.
I think it's a very dangerous piece of legislation that's going to erode democratic rights.
Are you part of the Young Communist League of Canada?
Yes. It labels a lot of specifically indigenous groups and people who use tactics that are maybe their only options in order to achieve potentially environmental.
I just don't want the government reading my emails. Call me Hillary Clinton.
Well, I heard it's going to affect people trying to get, natural medicines, and you're going to have to, register stuff like, if you want to grow simple stuff like garlic, like that falls under.
Have you read the bill?
Not all of it entirely, but.
Where in the bill, if I may, does it say that?
Yeah, I didn't get to that part. It's just what I've been hearing online, so.
A demonstration like this could very easily be seen as terrorism, which it's not.
And I was 9 years at the end of the war in Germany. I have seen the Gestapo. I know what this guy is up to. It's the same that Hitler did with the Gestapo.
Are you comparing Harper? Have you made a direct comparison between Harper and Hitler, sir?
You could almost make it because it's the same general pattern.
To me, it represents a step back to the 1930s in Europe. Harper said he was going to change the country. We wouldn't recognize it. We will recognize it, and it'll be Hitler's Germany.
Going to get on the box train? Gestapo? Next step's the box train, because I like to smoke pot periodically.
You mentioned the Gestapo. Are you making a reference to...
This is the steps too. Yes, it is. Absolutely. You're not going to fry any Jews in my company.
You're holding a sign that says, terrorism, what terrorism? There's no terrorism. Can you elaborate?
Well, there's no terrorism.
Do you think that the threat of jihadist terrorism in Canada is real?
That's not a point.
How do you define terrorism? If you look at the poverty that is growing exponentially all around the world, is that terrorism?
I don't think so. Not in my day-to-day.
Forget radical jihad. Stephen Harper and his cabinet ministers are terrorist, scumbag, quasi-fascist.
I think that there are bad people in the world and anything can happen, but no.
No. He started with the scientists, the climate scientists, called them radicals. Now we see that radical is being used for ISIS.
Honestly, no.
Not the way Harper is picturing it. He is using it like Hitler did.
Well, that's the thing, is that I've never seen it here. So.
Well, we did see an attack on Parliament Hill.
What, that one guy? Was he a jihadist? Yeah, see, I don't have all the facts, so, I mean.
This talks about the Ottawa shooting, how it was all a setup.
Like the guy in Ottawa that went into the parliament, started shooting. I don't see that guy as an Islamic terrorist.
Not at all.
So what we saw on Parliament Hill, what was that?
I don't know, some bullshit.
There's actually I don't really know any real information about why that person chose to do what he chose to do. Everything that I know is based on news coverage through the CBC.
He was in his car declaring why he was doing this. Did you get an opportunity to watch that video?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't find that video.
What would you have the government of the day do to protect you against this threat?
I'm not so much an idea man.
I can't answer that one. I don't have any real answer for that one.
So long as we continue to push against them, they're going to get mad at us, and then they will attack us.
That's a hard one. Well, more transparency is always a better answer.
I think it's more to be more supportive towards people.
By not isolating individuals and creating them to feel as others and to make them feel like they're not part of this society.
I love that question. I really, because democracy, if you study Plato, like there are these four governments.
I by no means have the education nor the knowledge to say one way or the other.
That people need to start communicating and being more open with their information, and that's how we can all attain peace.
To do against what? There is nothing.
But unfortunately, the people who support conservatives are very poorly educated and have very small minds.
Well, there you have it, folks. Are you convinced? I'm Marissa Semkiw for TheRebel.media.